the finish line first, but that we're going to cross the finish line. And in order to cross this finish line, because it can be a long race for some of us, we need to pay attention to our diet. We need to pay attention to our workout.
Right.
We need to pay attention to who we're working out with.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay? We need to. It's not going to work otherwise.
Yes.
It won't work. Francine, you're watching 2.5 Men, okay, on TV, 2.5 Men. Okay, think about that show if you've ever watched it. It's nothing but promotion for sex.
Yes, yes.
You're making it to every show, every Friday night. Okay, you're still drinking alcohol because Jesus drank. That's your excuse. You know, and you're doing all these things, and yet when your flesh craves something, you're praying, which is the right thing to do. Pray so that you can defeat the enemy. The Bible says to submit to God, then resist the devil.
Yes.
Well, I would say that submit to God also to resist your flesh.
Yes.
Submit to God, but when do you submit to Him? You submit to Him as soon as the flesh rises?
Yes.
You haven't pre-submitted. Weren't you submitting last week? What were you doing?
Yes.
You were glad you bought a whole case of the Golden Girls.
Yes.
Old women that talk about nothing but sex.
Yes.
You laughed and you hee-hawed and everything.
Yes.
And then when some old guy came driving by, you couldn't resist yourself.
All right.
Okay? This is the deal. Submit before you're confronted.
Good.
Okay?
This is good.
It's the truth. We can win. We can win these things that are weighing us down, these anchors. We can shake them off.
Yes.
We can get rid of them.
Yes.
We can fight this fight. We can win. Bless the Lord.
Yes. Yes,
So,
Lord.
so what you want to do is you want to be proactive in this because He's coming.
Oh, yes,
Is He coming?
Yes,
And
yes.
your flesh is rising.
Yes,
You're
Lord.
human. Okay, it's not God's fault that you've tasted every tree.
All right.
You know, that He's telling you there's only one. It's not His fault
Yes.
that you've done some of the most vulgar and despicable things, and now your flesh rises because you're frying eggs.
Yes.
Because you've added eggs and food to your you know.
Yes.
Okay. So the smell of eggs makes you okay, because that's what happens to us when we go against the grain.
Yes,
That's
Lord.
what happens. So yes, it's gonna rise. It's gonna rise because you're human. It's rising for the craziest things, but it's gonna rise.
Yes.
Okay, so don't just sit there thinking you got it licked.
All right.
Okay, I prayed now. I'm gonna watch TV and I'm gonna do all. I'm gonna indulge. I'm gonna party. I'm gonna go out. And I'm gonna. And you think you're gonna beat the enemy?
My Lord.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Francine, get with your friends. Forsake not the assembling of yourselves one to another. Fellowship together. Confess your faults one to another. Pray for each other that you be healed.
Yes.
Do the things that God is recommending. That's why He wrote these things in the Word.
Yes.
Okay? The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
Okay.
So what's going to happen? That you're going to hang out with the different brothers. I can't hang out with the brothers in the club. They're going to get high.
Yes.
Yeah, they're familiar, but that's not going to help me.
All right.
I can't do that.
Yes.
Now, what about these guys? They look all glowing and holy and stuff. You better get over there. Yeah, they wear ties and stuff. They're professional looking and stuff. And yet, you better go and you better hope they accept you.
Praise be the Lord.
If they belong to the Lord, they will accept you.
Yes, Lord.
They will.
Yes, Lord.
The emphasis, again, is finishing the race.
Yes,
Okay?
Lord.
The goal is not, I got 10, 20 years clean time.
All right.
That's not the goal.
That's right.
That's a weight
Yes, sir.
that needs to be removed.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So we need to clarify that and keep that clarified. I call Francine's prayers panic prayers. Who hasn't done a panic prayer when you know while you're praying, you know you failed?
My Lord.
You're praying to God and you know
Yes, sir.
you've already failed in your mind and heart.
Yeah.
And you're praying so fast because you want to get done praying
Yeah.
to go and indulge
Yes,
in
sir.
whatever it is
Yes,
that
sir.
you know is wrong.
Yes.
Panic prayer.
Panic prayer.
Okay? Now, we panic praying all the time. We got to cut it out.
Yes, sir.
Okay? We've got to cut it out. God has given us history. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. That's why He calls it the present. Okay, tomorrow we should know by yesterday what's going to happen.
Oh, Lord.
If we refuse to believe from yesterday what's going to happen tomorrow, we practice insanity. You're expecting the same thing over and over again, getting different results. No, we get the same rock results.
God bless you.
That's it. You want to do something different? Change what you're doing. You want to experience something new? Change what you're doing.
Yes, Lord.
Change what you're doing. Pay attention to your habits. Surrender those habits. Don't let the thoughts linger. They're going to come. Your filthy movies, not you kids, but you. The filthy movies that play out in your mind, they're going to come. It's like Seinfeld has been off the air for 20 years, but they continue to have reruns.
They sure do.
That's how our minds work.
Yes.
Reruns of what
Yes.
we did. They just continue and continue and continue. We can break it, Satan. We can break it.
Amen. Thank you.
I'm almost done.
My Lord.
I am really almost done.
It's all right, son.
Leaving sex addiction, drug addiction, alcohol, again, is not the goal.
Yes,
Hebrews 11:39 says, these were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what they had been promised. Since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect. I mean, it's okay. God understands that we have relatively futile hopes here.
It's all right.
Turning 100, still hoping to hit the lottery.
Lord, have mercy.
I mean, he understands that we have this counterproductive element that continues to want what it wants. But this is before. I mean, we came from the dirt, so we gravitate to the dirt. We want to wallow in it.
Yes.
We want to roll.
Yes.
We want to play in it. We want to make mud pies, and we want to put them in our ears and up our nose.
All right.
This is what we want. So he knows. But he knows at the same time that he's big enough to curtail that appetite, to show us we don't have to pretend to be happy. Just crave me. Know what it is that you're really craving when you try to fill it in other areas. Know that it's me that you're longing for. Even when you think you need a new boyfriend or some guy that's going to step up to the plate or some new job or whatever. Know that really you need things to survive here. If you pick me first, all the things you need will be added to you. Finish the race. Okay, when the desires start to pop up, look at the desires, but look at them with the lens of God. Pay attention to the desires of your heart. He says that he'll change those desires. He says he'll give us the desires of our heart. He says that. I'll give you the desires of your heart. It doesn't mean he's going to give you somebody else's wife.
That's right.
That's the desire of your heart.
Yes.
He's going to give you the desires of your heart, which are his desires.
Yes, Lord.
In other words, he's going to replace our crazy desires and give us the correct desires. He's going to show us that all the time we wanted him. All that we've gone through, we wanted him to vindicate us. Did we not want somebody to step up for us when we were falsely accused? I mean, didn't we want that?
Yes.
We really want him. We need to see past our sight and use our faith to see God.